Is white noise helpful or harmful to babies? As baffling as it seems, white noise has proven time and time again to help soothe babies and get them to sleep. There's even white noise machines you can invest in to help your little one drift off into a deep slumber. It's one of the only fail-safe methods proven to help reduce crying and improve sleep, but yet there's some information out there claiming it can actually be harmful to your baby's ears. So what exactly is white noise, and can it be harmful to your infant? White noise is basically a combination of different sound frequencies. It's commonly used to cover up other sounds, and is most frequently produced by appliances such as fans, hoovers, and radios. The reason it tends to drown out other sounds is because the brain can only pick up on a certain amount of noise. Say a few people are chatting to each other close by. You'd be able to pick out the voices and follow what was being said. However, if there were 1,000 people stood chatting close to you, it would be impossible for the brain to listen to all 1,000 voices at the same time. White noise is basically the equivalent of those 1,000 voices, making it hard to pick up on other noises when it's on. So sort of think of white noise as a form of background noise, eliminating other sounds. It seems illogical that babies would love white noise. After all, you spend most of your time trying to avoid lots of noise around your little one, particularly when you're trying to get them to sleep. So how could it possibly make them fall into a deep slumber? Well, to understand it, you need to think about where your baby came from. The womb is a surprisingly noisy place. Some experts even compare the loudness of the womb to that of a lawnmower. So, for 9 months, your baby spent their days surrounded by lots of noise. This means when they are introduced into the big wide world, it suddenly becomes very quiet in comparison. White noise reminds your little bundle of joy of the time spent in the womb. It's soothing and familiar, which is why it often works so well at getting them to sleep. Due to how well white noise works in getting a baby to sleep, it's not surprising many businesses have decided to cash in with the revolutionary invention of white noise machines. However, before you rush out and buy one, there's something you need to know. White noise machines aren't always safe for babies. You'd understandably think that if a device is marketed towards babies, it's going to be safe to use. However, a study carried out in 2014 showed many of the white noise machines sold for babies are actually too loud. Within the study, 14 different machines were tested on full loudness in various parts of a room. They were hung from the crib railing, placed on a table next to the crib, and placed across the room, all common areas parents were likely to have them. Results of the study showed that every single white noise machine was louder than the recommended 50 decibels. In some machines, the volume was reaching more than 85 decibels. Over time, this can be extremely harmful to a baby's ears. The only problem with the study is the fact that it didn't mention which machines were tested, so if you're wondering whether your machine is too loud, it may be impossible to tell. However, the fact that all of them were louder than they should be highlights that it's a widespread problem with devices available on the market. So what damage could loud white noise do if your baby is exposed to it over long periods of time? Well, permanent hearing damage is the main concern, but it can also impact infant speech. Now this isn't to say you should avoid white noise machines altogether. When used correctly, white noise does have a few benefits. Most notably, it will help your little one to sleep. If you really want to give white noise a go, but you're worried about baby safety, the following tips can help. 1. Never set the machine to full volume. As the study highlighted, the white noise machines were too loud when set on to full volume. So, the key is to avoid having them on full. Ideally, the amount of noise the machine makes should be no louder than the sound of someone having a shower, so you can test this before leaving the room. 2. Be careful where you place it. Making sure you place the machine as far away from your baby as possible will also help. Never put it directly into the crib, and avoid placing it next to the crib too. 3. Run a sound check. If you want to be absolutely sure the machine isn't too loud, download a decibel checker app. Available on smartphones and tablets, these apps will check the decibel level of the room and tell you exactly how loud the machine is. 4. Turn them down once the baby is asleep. When your baby does drift off into a blissful sleep, turn the machine down or even off. This lowers their exposure to the noise significantly. If you follow the 4 tips just mentioned, your baby won't be harmed by white noise, and you'll be able to benefit from more blissful sleep of your own. If you don't want to risk using a white noise machine, there are alternatives. Many parents find white noise apps really effective. You can even get free apps if you're budget conscious. The advantage to apps over white noise machines is that they're going to be much quieter. However, you may need to make sure your phone or tablet is plugged in to charge, as they will drain the battery pretty quickly. Alternatively, you can use your own form of white noise, such as the sound of the washing machine or tumble dryer. If you're having trouble getting your little one off to sleep, white noise could just be the answer. Just be sure if you're using a machine, it is kept on one of the lower settings. It's also worth noting that white noise can be stopped as a sleeping aid anywhere from 3 to 12 months. After 6 months, babies don't typically need white noise to help them sleep, and there's a worry that after 4 months, your little one could develop a sleep association, being unable to drift off without the white noise. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share this video with someone else you think would benefit from knowing this information, as well as hopping on over to our website and signing up for our email newsletter by clicking the link in the description. By signing up, you'll not only be the first to hear about our new releases, but you also get exclusive goodies that are only given to our email subscribers. Finally, the next time you're looking to buy baby products, I encourage you to take a look at what we have available. Let me tell you, we aren't just out to make a profit, and pride ourselves on our high-quality products and excellent service. All Starlight Baby products are laboratory tested to ensure they are 100% safe for you and your baby, which unfortunately isn't something every company can say. On top of that, we donate 10% of our profits to children's charities and hope to increase this as Starlight Baby continues to grow. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and here's to making a positive difference in the lives of our children and the world as a whole.